it out. Check. Test 1, test 2, test 3.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. All right. Beautiful.
All right, cool.
Let's rock and roll then. Welcome back to Nerd Rage Radio, episode 455, I believe.
You're a better man than I for knowing that.
Yep. Joey is gone. Joey will be gone for a while.
Joey is on a sabbatical.
Yeah.
He is traveling the world. So.
Yep. He is Tokyo bound. So, safe travels to Joey.
We'll have a rotating cast of characters.
Yeah.
Over the next several weeks.
Yeah, and
including some absences from myself. So,
right, so that's okay. I'm used to scrambling this year. You guys are putting me to my test. I just woke up 14 minutes ago.
Let me tell this story. Yeah. So, I have come in your house before, fully intending to record Nerd Rage, and it luckily your wife and daughters aren't startled by a man walking in because I was here and you were worked at. I'm like, shit, I got my wires crossed. So I walked in this morning and knocked, and Laura says, you guys have Nerd Rage? I'm like, Laura, let me check. So I went through my bed. I'm like, all right, tomorrow night. I was like, yeah. She's like, he's probably still asleep. So I'll let you go from there.
So my wife walks into my room and she's like, hey. And I was like, hey, I'm in my head, I'm like, nice to see you. Like, what a nice thing to look at first thing in the morning. And she was like, do you have Nerd Rage? And I was like, oh, yeah. And she was like, Chris is here. And I was like, oh, okay. It's that time.
And Chris wasn't early. Chris was right on time. So.
Right. So I've been doing a lot of podding. I've been wearing this seat out that I'm sitting in. I came home yesterday and knocked out a review, sat down, did a 4-hour podcast covering the Drake Kendrick situation, and then put that on Patreon immediately because that's a time sensitive thing, and I knew time was running out. And actually, Jaina really wanted to sit in on it, but I had to get it done. I knew there was no other opportunity for, like, if I had waited for her, I don't even know if it would be a topic anymore.
Yeah.
So I broke her little heart. So I made a deal with her. I was like, look, I will redo the Kanye episode with you, because I feel bad and I'm sorry. And it kind of, she's like, perfect, and then, so that was 4 hours, went upstairs, had dinner, took a shower, went to the liquor store, came back and did a kitchen table episode, which was 4.5 hours. So yesterday I did 8.5 hours of podcasting. That's a full day. That's a work day.
Yeah, that's a work day.
Yeah, it is.
And then now this morning, here I am back on the microphone and hoping that my voice holds out. Once again, I don't have a whole lot going on in my Nerd Weeks this week, but I do have a special guest. Greg is back, and it's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
Where the fuck have you been?
Can a man get some gunshots for being here?
Yeah, fuck, man. Welcome back.
Hey, I appreciate it. For y'all that forgot, stay at home Greg, he's back.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know, right? It might kind of bad to say, but I still take the title with pride.
You should. It's with love.
Yeah, I know. Of course. For the past couple of months, I say about 5 or 6 months, I tried to join a police agency, and I was in the academy, 7-month program.
Damn.
Notice I said 5. I only completed 5.
What happened?
So, what happened was my pass. They called
Really?
up to me. Yes. When I applied, first thing I asked was, look. At the time, what was last year? So I was like, 8 or 9 years ago, I got a DUI. And I believe I said I have a DUI at work. That's going to play an important part that I said that. And they told me, okay, fine. That's not a big deal. That was 8, 9 years ago. We looked past this stuff. I said, all right, fine. So go through the interview. I'm playing the important parts now because it's going to come back. And in the panel interview, the question was asked, did you drink on the job? I said no. So, didn't think nothing of it. We keep on going. Then I go to a polygraph, which is probably a couple weeks, maybe a month later, and they ask again on the polygraph, do you drink on the job? Amongst other questions. And I said no. Passed the polygraph. I am now in the academy. Every day, yes, sir, no, sir, move with a purpose. You are no longer an individual. You are with a team, and if you mess up, then I got to pay for it. If I mess up, everybody got to pay. I've been through it. And so, like I said, 30 weeks. last week was week 22. And then while I'm in class, they say, your agency wants you to come over. So it's a separate academy. So the academy is in one section, area. But, my agency is paying for the academy for me. So they tell me to come over. We have a talk. Sit down in front of the chief, deputy chief, and they're like, so we're trying to understand what was said about your DUI. We know about your DUI, but we're trying to understand what happened. And I explained to them, I said, well, what happened was they explained that, I can say Maryland, because Maryland police and corrections are responsible for your accreditation. So you want to be a police officer, you have to go through them. You have to do certain things like a police report. You have to learn how to do driving. You have to shoot. And the academy teaches you it. But once you have passed and fulfilled their test and stuff like that, they send it off to Maryland Police Corrections, or MPCT. And that's the accreditation. So when everything is passed, after you graduate, you will get a badge that says, hey, you're official in the state of Maryland. So apparently MPCT asked about this DUI. They said, well, how did he get the DUI? And so now the agency coming back to me, week 22, and they're asking, well, how did you say you got the DUI again? I said, I got it at my job 8 years ago. So that's when they started pulling up stuff. And they're asking me for the information. First and foremost, this DUI is a nasty mark on my life. Okay. I was stupid. I can't say I was necessarily young, because it was I was in my 30s, early 30s or something like that. But it was just a stupid moment in my life. And so when I explained it to them again, that's when they had their flags. And that's when they went back on the interview panel. Well, you said no, that you didn't drink on the job. I said yes. And then they said, well, you took the polygraph and you also said no, that you didn't drink on the job. I said yes. Well, they're like, well, we see that as an integrity issue. And because of that, we cannot accept you.
Oh.
And it was just like, wow.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
And it's not like motherfuckers are kicking down the door to become a cop these days.
Exactly.
Wow.
I mean, you watch it in the news, you hear it on YouTube, anywhere, social media, wherever. They need police officers. They're looking for police officers. The police officers that are there now, they don't want to be here anymore. They seen the change. They seen the climate change. They see that you can't effectively be a police officer, because there's certain things that you have to be careful of. One, first and foremost, is somebody with a camera. And all police officers have their body cam, but they also have to worry about that civilian who's going to have a camera and edit out everything that happened from
Right.
And just give you
the worst possible part.
Exactly.
Like they don't show the individual punching the cop 7 times. They just show the
cop punching back.
Spray. Right?
Exactly. So that being said, that kind of it kind of hurt, but at the same time, I was just like, when they said it, I was like, you know what? Okay, I get your integrity thing. I do get that. My only issue was what the hell it took you so long. This was discussed. It wasn't like I lied about the DUI. I told them about the DUI from the jump. They had a background. They should have did their background investigation. Apparently, like I said, I honestly don't remember that night. That's how bad it was. Long ago, I don't remember. I remember bits and pieces of it. Yes, I was drunk. Okay. I even learned. Now, if I want to be technical, aka an asshole about it, you asked the question, did I drink on the job? No. To me, the definition is I was at the job in my, on site with a bottle in my hand and I'm drinking. No, I was technically on a lunch break. And
Are you getting paid during the lunch break?
No.
You were clocked out then?
Yeah, exactly. 16, and I was on a 16-hour shift. So I did my first half of my shift, then I went to eat lunch, and then went back. So that's when I was like, technically, I didn't drink on your job. I technically,
you were maybe drunk on the job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, and then the funny part is, like I said, I don't remember that whole night. They pulled up everything. They was like, yeah, so you got arrested at 3 a.m. because it was an evening to overnight. And then they were like, you got arrested at 3 a.m. You had a BAC of 0.14. And then you told them you only drank a couple beers. Yeah, I guess I did say all that. Do I remember it? No. Most of the people I learned now that I have a DUI job, had a DUI class, that's everybody's basic lie. You get pulled over. So why?
Yeah.
I just had a couple beers.
Yeah. The
Sure.
cop has never heard anything more than a couple
Exactly.
beers.
So I gave them the cliche lie.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. I haven't processed it, I guess.
It's a bummer, man, because
That sucks.
it's just like you're not that same person. Hopefully nobody is that same person that they were. How many 8 years ago, 10 years? Hopefully everybody grows, right? Continues to grow, and I think there's even like there's like a psychological or theoretical conversation to have of like if I punched somebody on the job 10 years ago and they were like, have you ever punched anybody on the job? Like, no, I haven't. The dude who I was 10 years ago did.
Yeah.
But the guy who I am today has not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No
and
doubt.
I understand that's not the honest answer, but it's not the dishonest answer either.
Exactly. And like I said, it's still a blow.
Yeah.
My wife, she took it harder because like when I told her, I was like, yeah, I think they let me go. She was like, what? Just so we're clear, they didn't fire me because they were nice enough to let me resign. And they are also saying that they're going to float my name around to other agencies and see if they'll take it. But here's the thing about that. Even if another agency picks me up, I have to start over.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, that I don't know if I'm cool with.
How did you do in the academy?
I did pretty good. I mean, you can call the academy, and they even the agency even talked to the academy. They was like, well, he's a stand-up guy. He was a good leader. I mean, when I had to tell my class, like, they tried to make me cry, and they did. They kept me shed a tear because it was hard. We became a family.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely, you do.
And to see them, shed a tear. I'm the oldest. I was the oldest in the class. And to see them shed a tear for me and be like, damn, this sucks. And then I get the messages later on because, like I said, everybody there was no words to be said. It was just hugs and, sorry or whatever. But some of the texts I got was, you're like a father figure to me. You helped me build my confidence. When I was going through it, like, one of my classmates, he was kind of injured. He was like, you checked up on me to make sure I still do what I needed to do. You kept me in check. And, when you hear all that stuff, it's like, damn, did I really do all that? Because, I'm just a regular person. I don't see
Put
myself,
your pants on one leg at a time.
Exactly. So I don't see myself doing these things that help push or motivate. I just feel like it's a right thing to do. And I think it comes from learning what we see in your room right here. The superhero mentality of helping. And it sounds that, a couple of the instructors come in like, why do you want to be a police officer? And I felt kind of like adolescent saying it, but then I said, fuck it. I said, I have a superhero mentality. I want to protect. I want to help someone. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I want to do this. I've done security in my entire adult life, from my first throw out, my first toss a person guy out to I stopped the fight when I knew they didn't have to fight.
Yeah.
And I'm just doing it just to do it because it feels right. I don't see the later on when that person says, I appreciate what you did for me because you didn't have to do that. I had one guy, I used to work the front door. I know I'm getting off topic.
Go for it, man.
But I used to work the front door at a nightclub. And the guy wanted to get in so bad, and he wasn't dressed good at all, right? Like, he dressed like how I am, t-shirt, sweatpants.
Right.
And he's like, all right, man, I'm trying to get up in here. And I said, hey, look, man, I can't let you in tonight. And he's like, why, man? He's getting upset. And I said, hey, look, try to give it to him as best as I could without being disrespectful.
So to speak.
Yeah, right. Without saying his outfit was disrespectful. I said, hey, look, I want you to look behind you. There's two good-looking females right there. I said, you see them right there? You see how they look? Nice, dressed up. They not checking for, guys like this. He's like, what you mean? I said, you got to come in a little bit fresher. And he's like, for real? I said, yeah. He left. Man, come back next week dressed head to toe.
To the nines.
Man, and he said, hey, look, man. And I mean, it was a long line that night. So he was like, hey, look, I came dressed to impress. I said, you know what you actually did? I let him get in front of everybody.
There you go.
Nice.
And he was like, oh, man, I appreciate that. So it's like those little things you remember. The drunk night, I don't want to remember. I even sat there and told that chief and that deputy chief, the reason why I probably said what I said is because it's been 8-9 years. I'm over this. It's like what you just said. I am not that person yesterday. I wasn't that person the day before or 5 years ago. I made a mistake. I want it to be left alone. Because if I really wanted to hide it, I wouldn't have never told you about the DUI, period.
Right, of course. Well, I will tell you, when you mentioned that you could make it today, I was hoping that meant that, you know, that you had successfully completed your academy and were like back on. But, you know, if there's a positive to it all, it's good to see you again.
Hey,
you know, it's been a while.
Yep.
It's been a while. Sad that I had to see you after an L instead of a W. But
what are the W's, man? What's good?
Yeah, what's good?
What's good?
What's new?
What you been up to?
Buying fans toys.
Hey, you know what? I bought the fans toys. I mean, I've been in this law enforcement mentality, so it's like I've been missing out on stuff. I mean,
it's funny, man. I'll co-sign you. My moral code, I think I've always had an idea of right and wrong, right? But I'm not sure if my right and wrong, specifically in my early 20s, aligned with Uncle Sam's right and wrong. And I went through some trials and tribulations, and literal trials and tribulations, and came out of it and decided that I was going to change my lifestyle, right? Change my environment, make decisions that were better, not really for me, but it was hard to see Laura go through it, right? I was actually still very much enjoying my lifestyle, but like, you know, Laura and I weren't married. We had just bought this house, well, not this house, but a townhouse. I had to fight to get her name on like all my bank accounts and shit because I was afraid I was going to go away, and I wanted her to have access to my money, and cross my fingers that she'd stick it out with me until I got home. And I decided I didn't want to live that way anymore for her. So I got back into comics. And when I got back into comics, it's when I started to be like, oh, no, I do want to be a part of something bigger than me. I do want to stand for something, you know, greater than me, you know. So, like, I get that, you know, I really get that idea of it being like this being a positive influence on you in a way that people that aren't into it wouldn't understand and perhaps find silly, but it makes you a fucking better person. You know? Yeah. But yeah, what else is new?
Well, I'm playing catch up with everybody. So
yeah.
I seen X-Men 97.
Yeah. And it's really, really good.
You like it, huh?
I do. Do you like it?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's so good.
Bobby thinks it's really, really good.
I think
it might be as good as the old stuff.
Have you seen it?
No.
What?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I've read comics growing up like that. When that hit, I graduated high school in 94. So 97, like I knew
it wasn't 97 that shit hit though.
When did it come out?
97 was the end of it.
97 was the end.
My
of
bad. Well, nonetheless,
Yeah.
Saturday mornings where was I? I was probably at the fucking Piggly Wiggly working because I worked like 7 to 5 on Saturdays. So, but no, it wasn't anything I ever watched, and you know it looks amazing. It does, and I know everybody's loving it.
Yeah, there's not another episode to talk because we recorded. When did we record last?
Thursday,
and Tuesday. So Wednesday, tomorrow will be a new episode. But so it's been an ongoing joke here because like I think it's really, really good. But I don't think it's like the most amazing thing I've ever seen, and so it's been a joke here that like the people are like kind of like I don't know, it's gotten better because I've made such a big deal about it here. But for the longest time, people were trying to frame it that I didn't like it, you know, and they're like, dude, do you not see how good it is? And I'm like, yes, I do see. I think it's really, really good. I just don't think it's fucking, you know, The Dark Knight. You know what I mean? Like I think it's really, really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode. You know,
I think that is because it's I'm more of an adult now. So watching like Magneto, I mean, I'm going back on that episode when he went into the UN and took the executioner and the UN panel up in space, and he started throwing those words, bigot, sycophant, or whatever.
Yeah, sycophant.
I'm like, hey, he's deep as hell. You know what I'm saying? And how he's doing it, because he's like, I can honestly kill y'all if I really wanted to. but because I made this promise to exact. But he's always. I know it's not the same person who did the voice back in the day, but how will they get the person to play Magneto is a strong guy
in the same spirit.
Yeah, it's like how he carries himself, like not just because of his look, like he looks. I mean, he's muscular for his age. You know what I'm saying? But he don't get it twisted. His words are more powerful than his look to me, and how he carries himself. Even we're not talking about the last episode. Are we?
No, you good? Yeah.
All right, so. I mean, you got to be a real guy to go to the North Pole half butt naked, just to have an EMP. I would have been like, oh, hold on, let me get this jacket or something.
Yeah.
Let me get this little hoodie before I decide to shut down the world.
And that EMP, like that's just scary, man. That's like some real shit. That's like a possibility. So every now and then I've fallen down these like rabbit holes of doomsday scenarios. What's the worst fucking thing that could happen? You know what I mean?
EMP.
And an EMP is like, it's up there. It's
Gotta
like
build that Faraday cage, folks.
It's like nuclear fallout is like number one, and like EMP is like number two.
Which can also happen during a nuclear.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, or instead of. But yeah, like, you know, they launch a nuke, you shoot down the nuke, but it blows up over top. EMP.
I think one of the best examples of an EMP attack is, and I know it's an old story, but it got told a million times. The most recent War of the Worlds movie. Where
is that Tom Cruise?
Yeah. Everybody's trying to get their cars running. He goes over there and finds some old carbureted piece of shit and gets it to run.
Yeah,
because
nothing today
would run.
Actually, Call of Duty was like that.
Oh, really?
Modern Warfare 3, when they took over DC, they shot the nuke up in the air, and then they blew it, and it messed up the rest of the United States. That was pretty tough.
That shit's real, man.
Yeah,
it's a real thing. I watched this like seminar. It wasn't like a YouTube video that somebody had edited and cut. It was there was a camera on a fucking tripod in this like public safety seminar thing, and this guy came in and he was like, "Look, I'm going to tell you what you guys need to be preparing for." It was like FEMA people there and everything else. And he's like, that you're not prepared for, and it's an EMP. And he was like, if they were to take down the grid, you know, we don't have just like those extra huge transformers, so to speak, to plug in and play. We need to make another. And he was like, that's an immediate 6 months to get one. And he was like, the grocery stores are going to run out in 4 days. You know, this is going to run out in 6 days. He's like, you're looking at chaos inside of 2 weeks.
Yeah, if
you know, like complete societal breakdown.
If 18-wheelers stopped running overnight, you'd have about 4 days before chaos would ensue. Yeah, that's really it. That's how tight our supply chain is. Think about the times you go to the store and like, man, got no damn bread. That's because the bread man came that morning. They sold it all. Bread man and nobody can come. You don't have anything.
These civilized people.
All you be
when the chips are down, they'll eat each other.
We'd all be in the bay with a net trying to catch a crab to eat,
or killing each other to get your net.
That's true.
Yeah,
I'll just go to Fort Armistead and fuck them all up.
So to speak.
Go to the Royal Farms. Hey man, I'll go as deep as I need to protect my family.
For my family.
And to feed. Honey, I'll be back. I gotta go earn some money. I'm going to Fort Armistead. I'll be back in a couple hours. If I'm walking funny, you know I made some money.
I gotta go fuck some straight guys.
It is what it is, right?
It is what it is.
That's right. Just bring me some chicken from that Royal Farms. We can look at where the bridge used to be.
And it's good chicken. Royal Farms chicken.
I've still never had it.
It's good, dude.
What?
I keep hearing that, man.
Pass on the fries. Pass on the fries. But
I used to work at the airport, and when we started working, it was like an automatic. You knew you was gonna get that mandatory overtime, so it was like you worked that night, you had to be mando for the next morning.
Did you get to travel for free?
Of course, of course. I mean,
so nice.
Actually, that's a thought of going back, and the reason and why. And I'm like I said, I don't have a game plan right now. I'm just thinking.
Right.
Yeah, I was doing the videography thing. I wanted to get a little bit better at it. I got people that's out of state, so I figured, let me do that. Hop on a plane in my downtime, learn how to do some, get back into stuff. So, but when I'm back to the Royal Farms, used to get off of work, go to Royal Farms, come right back in that parking lot, eat the Royal Farms while watching Batman the animated series, fall asleep with the chicken box in my lap. That's how good it was. I'm trying to tell you.
Is that what really happened? Were you drunk on chicken?
Yeah. Yes.
You should call that.
You should have said.
I just remembered.
I should clarify.
It was kind of chicken. It was the chicken.
I had eaten so much chicken that
excited.
That shit is good.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'll be honest with you. I think part of me is just like, mentally, I'm like, growing up, we didn't have these great big chain. We didn't have Wawa or sheets. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a gas station.
yeah.
In my mind, I'm still like, let me get a taquito, a tornado, and a hot dog off the spinner rack.
But I think there are two gas station foods that are above normal gas station food, and I think one of them is Royal Farms, and the other one is Sheets.
Yeah, Wawa's got really good food. Their sandwiches and
Is
stuff.
it?
Are, yeah,
Their coffee's good.
They've all kind of stepped up on the same level. All across the
I seen a
board.
couple of my classmates get Sheets, the sandwiches, and I mean the way they were built. I was
Yeah, they're no joke.
Yeah.
They're no joke, especially like some of the ones that are more out towards Pennsylvania. Because I think it's a Pennsylvania
Sheets
company.
Sheets and Wawa are both kind of Pennsylvania.
And the closer you get, don't get me wrong, I'm still a fan of building a wall, but the closer you get to Pennsylvania, the better the sheets get. And I don't need to have the pure sheets. The wall's still worth it. Just give me the one right on the border on the Maryland side.
And I'll tell you. Side note: if you guys like chocolate milk, Rutter's.
Oh, you're not lying.
There's
lies detected.
One in
it's
Frederick.
fucking amazing.
There's one in Frederick now.
Yeah, it's near like the Wegmans over on that side.
Yeah. Monocacy area.
Yeah.
But they're all over PA. But that chocolate milk just does something special about that chocolate milk. It's like it must be some great brown cows up there making that chocolate milk.
It is good. Strong recommend.
I'm not a fan of chocolate milk.
Just think of the protein.
Man.
No, man, I can't look at you the same way
Hey,
anymore.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
I know.
Not big on the dairy.
Nah. Well, yeah. I think I'm not.
Okay.
That chocolate milk, ice cream, cream of wheat.
Oh, really?
Oatmeal, none of that stuff.
Wow.
I went to a nursery school. All right, and I think that's where it started. The nursery school, they gave us that stuff. I was like, ugh.
Oh man,
What is this? I don't want it.
dude? I used to
So you don't like
crush.
grits? You don't like grits?
None of that.
I used to crush like the school quarter milks.
Oh
like-
yeah, the green and the,
I used
green
to-
and brown.
well, I got the brown, of course, for the chocolate
Yeah.
milk because that was where the sugar was. But
Yeah.
and I would scrounge up 4 quarters, and I would go in and just buy 4 chocolate milks.
Let me get $1 worth of chocolate.
The school cheese pizza. God,
I like that shit.
missed it. The
And
nice
the fries.
rectangle.
I like the fries too.
Yeah.
I got a funny story
I
about.
was known for putting my hands on other people's fries as I was saying, "Hey, let me get some fries." Fingers knuckle deep in your fucking plate,
just like Phil's popcorn.
just like Phil's popcorn. Dude, that one day I was just fuck like I was. It was
You
just
didn't have his popcorn. It was great. It was great.
and he was like, What's going on?"
Oh man.
It's funny. I might try to organize something for apes.
Yeah, it's his weekend.
I know I can't do it because of Mother's Day and shit. I don't think I
Yeah.
can get away with it, but maybe we'll see. Maybe.
Yeah, I saw the TV trailer again last night.
And it's
What
getting,
a lovely day!
and it's getting fucking good reviews.
I'm excited for it.
What's
I'm
this, Planet Apes?
Yeah.
The newest one that's coming out. It's like, what we're watching.
Have you not seen the previous?
I seen one of them. I'm confused now. The humans are like the apes kind of night.
Yeah.
now, right.
And
In this one,
Yeah.
It's funny because it's kind of a role reversal. They're acting ignorant like us, chasing what's left of the humans around.
So, which will ultimately, I guess, lead towards the more Charlton Heston vibe. You know what I mean? But
Damn dirty apes.
I've been thinking about those movies recently. I guess in light of this one coming, and like, man, they were exceptionally well done.
They were, and they look so fucking good. Like,
Yeah.
you'd have a hard time. Could you imagine showing somebody from like the 70s no, let me show you the new Planet of the Apes, and they're like, oh my, like, what to blow their mind?
Yeah.
I think their mind would melt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or just show them Spaceballs. That part from Spaceballs. Spaceballs. Oh shit! There goes the planet.
Oh man,
Dude, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Hey, speaking of movies, my wife made me watch Baby Reindeer on Netflix.
I've seen it, but I don't know nothing about it.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's based off of this guy in England, and apparently the actor is really him. It was really his life. And
Oh, it's like a true story kind
yeah, and I'm talking about it's some wild ass shit. Like, I guess he was a comedian or something like that, and he falls for he ends up getting like in a relationship with this chick, and she's not like the best looking chick in the world, and she's doing wild stuff, stalking him, and then he ends up starting to date a transgender, and it's like he wants to be with the transgender, but not really. Then it goes back on his backstory. He, when he was, starting off as a comedian, some guy was like, "Oh, if you follow me, I'll get you right," and stuff like that. My man started like getting him over his house, putting drugs in him, and every now and you see the build up. Every time he give him some type of drug to incapacitate him, man wakes up and sees this dude touching him. First, he was kissing his feet or something like that, or his hands was in his pants.
This was his stalker?
Yeah, no. This was his backstory, not the stalker chick.
Geez.
The stalker chick was doing some wild stuff, but the dude that told him he was going to be big if he followed him, he was doing so to speak. He was doing all this wild stuff to him, to a point that he got him. There was a build up to he just like, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. And he, man. Baby reindeer.
Baby reindeer.
But something like that. Netflix reindeer baby.
It's baby reindeer.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, guess what? Guess what?
Wow. Moments you'll never get back, right?
Yeah.
Things that are burned into your memory.
Man.
I can't remember what happened that night, but let me tell you about baby reindeer.
Yeah, my wife, she be watching wild stuff before she go to bed. Every time I'm on the way to bed, I'm like, why are you watching these murder mysteries? Why are we watching these wild
women
stuff?
love that
That's
shit,
an
man.
epidemic, man.
Hey.
I blame COVID.
Meanwhile, I'm in the bed like this.
Women love that shit.
Babe, you sleep? Yeah.
I thought it was just white women. I'm glad to hear that it's everywhere.
Yes. If I don't hear her snoring, I'm scared.
I don't know what it is. It's something weird. Like, I don't know. It's like, but it is strange. I wonder what it is about women in this, fascination. I wonder if it's because they can't fathom. I think most men understand how a person can kill another person. Mm-hmm. Like, you get it, right? You get how somebody is pushed to a level that they snap.
But do you get how you had to borrow your neighbor's chainsaw to clean up? Because I'll be honest with you, like, I tried listening to some of those murder podcasts just to see what it was about, and I'm like, I don't want to hear this shit. Mm-hmm. I just don't. I mean, I understand there's evil in the world, and I understand that this shit happens, but like, I don't need to know every single grisly detail. Yeah. Like, it was something about, and this happened locally. It was at is it Lululemon? Did I say it? Mm-hmm. It was at Lululemon store. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to say it wasn't in a mall. It was like one of those outdoor kind of mall things. And it was somewhere in the DMV area. I don't remember where, but like, dude came in and just basically gutted these women. And they were like going into, I'm like, I
don't mean necessarily the psychopath shit, but
well, like where you ride a bike. Psychopath. Crazy people out there.
But I think that like women don't think that, like, they never consider it. So I think to them it's like,
no, I don't know. Joe might disagree. He watches those when women murdered podcasts.
Yeah, but Joe is a separate beast,
You're
kind
right.
of altogether. But speaking about like most people in society,
right.
I think that like they're kind of like, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, like, have you ever had anybody be obnoxious in the fucking coffee line? And I'm like, man, I always want to take this motherfucker's head off.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think maybe it's just like, it's just like when I see a fucking elephant do a headstand on a beach ball at a circus. I'm like, man, can you imagine? Like, that's what I'm like impressed by. Like look at that, huh? You don't see that every day.
Shout out to the elephant. that aren't at the circus anymore.
I think what will probably change some women's, ideas of why they watch this stuff. Take a trip to the morgue. I actually had to go to one, and the stuff that you see. I see y'all right now. I see anybody living and breathing, and it's just like, okay. It's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? But when you see a corpse, wow. And like, actually, it was interesting at the same time. It was fun because I was watching my classmates.
You want to see a dead body?
Hey, I'm trying to tell you. And just to see some of them buckle, because the lady gave us a heads up. If you can't stomach this, then maybe we'll take you upstairs. And and as soon as we got down to the viewing room, one of my classmates, oh yeah, I think I'm feeling kind of squeamish, and I started laughing. I was like, we haven't even seen nothing yet. Go into the decomp room. That's bad. Like
It was all. Did they? This was part of the schooling, the
Yeah,
training. So
yeah.
this is basically just to desensitize you to the
pretty much.
horrors. That
So that
you
your
will see.
first time isn't your first time.
Right.
Yeah. So so like if you
Man, I
had to
had
ever
a-
pull somebody out of the water,
I
you
had
know
a
what they.
45-year-old woman tell me that when I was 14.
Old Aunt Cheryl.
Oh God.
Alabama man. He's quick, he's strong, he's active.
I'm voting for the banjo to come back, or either just Forrest Gump yelling Alabama. after Jenny left,
Yeah, maybe I'll
Say,
switch
bye,
it.
Forrest. I'll see you when I have AIDS and a child out of wedlock that's probably not yours. I'm just saying.
Maybe that'll be the next one. I hadn't considered that one.
Maybe. Let's write the book.
Anything else? Anything else you watched or did or bought or did or thought about?
But I jumped on the Fans Toy bandwagon. I got Jester.
Yeah.
You have all the other jets?
Yes,
Jester?
I do.
Jester?
Is it Jester?
Viper.
Viper,
uppercut.
Yeah, Viper. One of them. I got the red and white one. See,
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
out of the loop I'm in. I got the red and white one.
Yeah.
So I'm still saying fuck Fans Toys. Okay, I like them, but I'm still saying fuck it because if Fans Toys, I think I might have said this before. If Fans Toys is so great, won't they make shit that we don't have yet? You know what? I love everybody, but honestly, if you didn't get a Devastator, that is on you. You wait your turn. Motherfucker, I need
Wait your turn.
I need
You
a
hear it?
protector
That's
box.
the title of this show.
I think you're right.
I need a protector bots. I need the Technobots. I need all this shit.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You went too far.
Why?
You don't need the Technobot.
Yes,
Yes,
I'm
but
gonna
yes,
tell
I
you.
do.
I'm gonna tell you why I need Technobots because that was one of those childhood gifts.
Okay, you had
So-
the gift set. Did you get the gift set?
My godfather, rest in peace. That was when he used to give out the cool toys.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I gotta have them just to have it.
I understand.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
makes sense.
No, I want them. I want them just because I want the whole line. The line, what I wanted as a kid, right?
Yeah.
So, Bobby, who was it?
I wanted to collect them all.
Like, it's probably 2015, 2016. Who did a set of? They started to do the Computron.
So there was
who did that?
There was two.
Did
there
they
was
finish them?
There, yeah, they finished them. I have
What
one of them.
company was that?
Warbitron did a set.
It was Warbitron. So
And-
I got the first two.
and Make Toys did a set.
Lost interest, but yeah.
and I had both. I sold the Make Toys one eventually, but the Make Toys one was super fucking cool.
Make toy.
Yeah, pardon me, Make Toys. It actually it is Make Toys, but it's like, man, enough. You know what I mean? Because it's like, look, I have this conversation with people all the time, right? Like, yes, it's Make Toys, right? But I'm gonna say Make Toys because I'm in America, right? Like,
You probably would order a gyro too, wouldn't you?
like I yeah,
Yes.
I do, you know, and
Yes,
look,
I would.
and look, my grandmother on my mother's side is Italian. She came from Italy as a little kid, right? But I'm from here, so I say mozzarella. I don't say mozzarella. I say mozzarella. You know what I mean? When I say, like, oh, what a great fucking performance from Antonio Banderas. I don't say, what a great fucking performance from Antonio Banderas. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I'm just keeping it the same. I'm keeping that same energy.
I'll
for
have
everybody.
gabagool. The what? The gabagool.
It's like that shit is like that people don't understand that shit, but like that shit is like, at least I was always taught it was like it was like trash people. You know what I mean? Like
over yeah.
yeah, Capicola. Like it was like how I think people, like yuppie people, see their kids saying ain't. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's beneath you. That's trash people say that. It was like with gabagool or mozzarella or you know what I mean? Like but anyway, how did I get there?
Make toys.
Make Toys. Yeah, and you know the play on that actually is that Make is like it's like Japanese for like demon or devil or something. So it's like devil toys plus Make Toys. I guess it's supposed to be like a double entendre, which is cool. But I'm just Make Toys in it.
MAKE. Make. Thank you. Your word is thank you. I mean,
But yeah, but that Make Toy set was fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't scale properly,
Right,
and,
and
all
And
that
that's
kind
kind of where I
Yeah.
landed
Yep.
on when I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not going to scale with what I had at the time.
Yeah. What do you think about? And I know you don't get that far into the lore of Transformers, but as a chug thug,
Yeah, buddy.
what do you think about buying some of? Is there any set of characters that Hasbro has not provided you or has provided you that you haven't been happy with, that you would go with an older school third-party scale that would fit in a Chug collection?
So I had Generation Toy Devastator, the one that Joe had. So I had that, and I'm like, it's about the right size, but it just the aesthetics so off. So they're both in England now. Cody's got them.
Yeah.
Just there's nothing out now, but like if a third party company came out, and I'd be interested to see, like, as the Masterpiece quote unquote line is winding. I'm not saying it's winding. It's changing. It's evolving.
Yep.
To see if there's going to be any more. It's been a long time since a third party Chug scale came out. Like we're talking, like I think like Smart Robin and stuff like that.
I think that some that MMC,
some of the but even at like MMC stuff's great for that aesthetic.
Right,
It's
right,
not
right.
gonna fit into what I'm.
Right.
If like I don't know, fucking Fans Hobby says we're gonna make a Chug scale Aerobot set. I'm in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd be in for sure. I mean, I'm not. I'm loyal to the scale more than I am the brand. So if someone else, if a third party company comes out, like I would love for like Magic Square or any of the other 28 companies that have made an Optimus, to make one that scales with that.
Like, and you would prefer that over the Hasbro Optimus?
Oh, it's fine for what it is, but it's not.
Gotcha.
Or just scale down MP10.
Yeah.
Which they're supposedly putting out a new Prime this year, and I'm kind of hoping that's what it is, because if you look at some of the other engineering they've done, it's very similar. It's like they just kind of step down from the Masterpiece. You know, the fucking 15-year-old Masterpiece at this point. But yeah, I'd be in on third party if they made some stuff that scaled with what I got going on.
Interesting. We had a conversation that led to like some passionate debating on a Zoom meeting recently and on Patreon, and it was people were saying like that the train set, like as robots, look great in a Chug collection.
Okay,
you know what I mean? And I was like, I can see that, but they should look great because a Chug figure is $25 and a train is $135 or $150. So
$25 at the low end now, unfortunately.
So by that standard, right? Like if I had a bag of potato chips that was $25 and somebody's like, try these $150 bag of potato chips, I would be like, oh, that does taste better.
Yep. Just facts.
Speaking of costs of things, I saw on the internet today, there were, I don't know where it was an F1 race recently, and so they showed the food and beverage menu, $25 for a bottle of water.
Oh my god!
$50 for a Bud Light.
Oh my god!
A lobster roll was like $150 or $200.
Was this down in Miami?
Where is
it? Might have been. It was the F1 racing.
Oh my that's dude. Like there needs to be, because these motherfuckers are out of hand.
I mean,
there needs to be a cap on some of this shit.
I get the food. Like if you were presenting this as a premium experience, and if you're at an F1 race, you probably paid $10,000 for these tickets anyways. I mean, it's super expensive to go to these things. Yeah, but a fucking $25 for a bottle of water and a goddamn probably a long neck of domestic beer is $50. Come on, man. Come on. You're making Disney look like fucking the Dollar Tree here. I don't know. I just thought I saw that this morning. I was like, what?
You still got the flex sound effect?
Yeah.
All right, don't press it yet. Right. I know a guy that went there. That's it.
They went to the F1 race.
Hey, that's my man from high school. He's like, hey, I got to call you back. I'm looking for parking. I said, where the hell are you at? At the F1 racing joint. I'm like, okay. Now that you have explained to me the food menu, hit the button for half a second. That's it. Because that's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
But
where was I? Was in, so this is, I don't know if you guys probably don't keep up, but NASCAR has been doing some street races. Like they blocked off an area in Chicago and did
that's cool to me.
Nice, yeah.
It was really cool when people snuck onto it the night before and just fucking got in there in their drift cars and stuff.
Yeah, as you should. You get a chance like that.
Hell yeah,
you got to take
that's the most Fast and Furious thing you could possibly.
Yeah, it's true.
You got to steal some DVD players while you're at it.
Speaking of your favorite,
right.
Speaking of your favorite franchise, how's your Nerd Week been?
Oh man, well, I haven't seen any of the Fast movies recently. I will occasionally when we're just like sitting down bullshitting, and it's almost always on the weekends. One of them. Mm-hmm. Like, look, this is the one where,
honey, break the vacuum out. One of my favorite movies is on.
Oh man, I watched some shit. I did some shit. We'll do the did some shit first. As you guys may recall, last week Joey went into detail about his experience having I would say a minor traffic accident. He from an industry.
Yeah.
Some very odd things about the whole thing,
Sure.
but
just the inconvenience of it.
and that's, dude, the inconvenience of it all. Greg, that's what I've been saying about, like, if I got in a car wreck every day and I wasn't hurt and my car was fine, I don't give a shit. But it's the inconvenience of, like, I tell this story. I was when Cody was here last, we went to New Jersey Collectors Con, and we went to Toy Con. I'm sorry. On the way back, we're on the Jersey Turnpike, and that can just be, depending on the day, bananas. So it's like a Sunday afternoon, Saturday afternoon, I don't remember, and like somebody stopped short, and I immediately did the mom thing. I like reached out, grabbed Cody's shoulder. But you know what's going through my head? This is gonna fucking suck, because I'm gonna have to figure out, can I drive this car home? Do I need to get a tow truck? If I can't drive it, I got to get somebody to come get me. I'm 2 hours from home. That's just the kind of things that run through my head. It's just the inconvenience of it all. But
It's true. It's true. I met my dad. The first time I got in a car accident, I called my dad, and he was like, "You all right?" Yeah. He's like, "Bob, you're gonna learn the biggest thing with all of these car accidents, and so as long as everyone is all right, it's just a pain in the ass."
Yep.
And he's fucking right.
Pretty much.
And the insurance companies will try to catch you lying and
Yeah.
call and asking you all these, like Mason got in that car wreck a couple years ago. They tried to catch him in a lie. Like, they kept on asking, like, what, and I finally said, "You're not talking to him, you're talking to me." My name's on everything. He was in the accident, but this is what happened. The lady admitted fault. And, like, I guess her insurance was trying to say that it was his fault, but the police report very clearly stated that. And they kept on saying, "Are you sure that this, that, and the other?" Because I guess the lady it was an older lady, and I don't know exactly what happened, but she got hurt in some capacity. She broke something or dinged her head real bad. I'm just like, why? They've already cut us a check for this shit. Why are you still harassing us about it? That's why I finally said it to the guy.
Right.
And he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize this was all." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, get your paperwork straight. Stop calling, because this is over."
Yeah.
So, you got to.
They say like the one thing you're not. I may be wrong about this, but I've heard like the one thing you're never supposed to say in a car wreck is "I'm sorry." Because it's like
they make it seem like you're
admitting
guilty.
fault.
Yeah. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
but I also am a firm believer in just fucking saying the fucking truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, that was on. I fucking. Did it. It's on me.
If it's the 100%, there's no way that they'd ever determine it wasn't your fault.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
be mindful also in the state of Maryland, you feel like if you're in that accident, if you got in a car accident today and you let it live, guess what? That person has years to file a claim.
Right.
I found that out. I got in an accident years ago with a guy, a little young guy, and he got mad and stuff because we were at a light and I needed to get over to go straight. I didn't signal him, but I wasn't really in his way. So he wanted to be an asshole, and he hit me, scraped the side of my car. I ran up on him. He gets out the car. "Yeah, what you trying to do? What you trying to do?" I'm like, "Wait a minute, we fighting?" I'm like, "Bro, you hit my car." And he's like, "Nah, you don't want to see me, you're a hood guy." And in my mindset, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put you in your hood, in your trunk. And then I'm going to I'm about to be a police officer. So I'll throw you in your trunk and then put a brick in the gas and watch you go down the hill. But no, I told him, I said, "Hey, look, man, it was an accident. It happened. Ain't no big deal. We ain't fighting. Chill out." And he was cool and calm after he relaxed a little bit. And I was like, you know what? He had like MAFE, and I've had MAFE. That's that bottom of the barrel insurance in Maryland. Like,
I haven't even heard of it.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't get
It's like what you absolutely have to have to drive.
yes, just still you can drive the car. And I looked at his stuff. And I was like, all right, I'm not going to press him. It is what it is. 2 years later, here comes Geico calling me. "So you were in an accident?" I was like, wait, what the fuck is y'all talking about? "Yeah, you got in an accident with this guy. He's filing a claim." I was like, yeah, I remember that now that you bring it up. Did he mention that he was trying to fight me? Well, we have nothing to do with that. And man, I'm telling you, I was cursing Geico out. I said, "Have you ever been to this place? Did you go see the area? Did you take pictures?" I didn't cut him out. And you know that whole thing about having witnesses and stuff? The witness cannot be the person in your car. It has to be outside, because that witness
Bias.
has,
Eyewitnesses are so unreliable.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true
In
too.
this day and age, like I was telling Joey last week, like if it comes down to it, he had a wreck in the neighborhood. Somebody basically,
Ring cameras.
ring cameras, security cameras in the neighborhood. Somebody's got it on film if you look hard enough.
But yeah, Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why I just but there's like I have just changed the topic a little bit. Like, what is the store that you hate to pre-order from the most because of the process of pre-ordering on that website?
It would have been Mezco, but
Really?
I don't order from them anymore because it's so fucked up.
Where do you go now? Or do you buy Mezco anymore?
Few and far between. Normally just a BBTS or,
Yeah.
you know, they've got 150 fucking independent retailers that
Yeah.
you can get shit from. I've gotten like their payment processing, like, you know, it'd say, we tried to charge your card, update your card. It's my right fucking card. Go and update the card. I'll give you an example of my Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. I had used some points that I had accumulated because most of the time, like if you buy their Rumble, like their stuff, you can't use points, but you earn points. So I had like $40 or $50 worth of points, and I'm like, fuck it, I definitely want this. I'll put it on it. Comes time to pay for it, I couldn't fucking basically 3 times, and they canceled it. I bitched to someone that doesn't work for them that knows them very well, and they actually ended up sending me one. But it's just like it's a headache. You can ask anybody. Their process is fucked.
Mine is ironstudios.com.
Oh, really?
It's a fucking nightmare. Like, just to log into it, you got to like put in your email, then put in your telephone number, then they send you a code.
Verify.
Then you use that
Two-factor.
code to log in. It's just like a fucking, like, dude, like, what, are you hiding fucking secrets from the CIA, or are you selling fucking a statue of Green Lantern?
Man, so many companies have, but yeah, the Xfinity, and you know, I stream oftentimes like wrestling or whatever when I'm not home. I'll do it on my phone or somebody else's house, and the 2-factor authorization. Like even if I'm in my basement, on their Wi-Fi. I still have to do 2-factor to use it. Watch fucking wrestling on my computer.
I just want to make sure you're not a robot. Make sure.
What, robots can't watch TV?
Well, you got to
What
make
are they-
sure. On top of that, hey, you got to hit those squares. Make sure that's the bus. You know, after you do all that. You
Yep.
gotta
That's
make sure
another
you're
one.
legit.
I'm constantly
The
overthinking that.
the captcha.
You know, I'm like, all right, so the traffic light itself isn't in this, but is it counting the bar that the traffic light is connected to? Because
Right.
like, is it one unit or is it just this traffic
Man, I remember I was trying to buy some sneakers one time. I don't remember what it was. And I got caught in a loop of that shit. I probably did that for 5 minutes before it finally said, okay, cool. Oh, sold out. I'm like, motherfucker.
What else you got on your nerve?
Oh, man. So all that was to tell this story. So, you know, Kelly's had a lot going on this year. She had neck surgery in December. She had broke her tailbone. Just giving the clip notes here. Broke her tailbone the first weekend of January. Got a nerve block shot for that. She had to have a cardiocathogram, which is where they cut your artery and put a line up and then shoot dye to see what she's got. Some heart issues. It's like hereditary kind of stuff. So they did that, and then just to fill you in, we got home and she started bleeding out that artery.
Oh, no.
Had to take an ambulance ride. Hectic story. So then she has a spinal stimulator implant now. So she has a battery pack in her back, and she's got 2 electrodes that run to whatever.
She's more machine now than man.
I told her she's my cyberpunk bitch. So saying that to say, going back to the heart thing. So she had that test and everything works out good. And I never really thought about this, but the doctor comes in and he says, hey, I'm the plumber. There's nothing wrong with your plumbing. You got to go see the electrician. So a different kind of doctor
Right.
that does more with the, I guess, nerve side of it, and not like your heart is working, right? Your plumbing's right.
Right.
So a guy had recommended some doctor, and he only comes to Frederick, I think maybe once a month or something, which kind of seems crazy to me that you only come once a month. So she's like, I got an appointment in DC and I want you to go with me. Guys, I have to tell you, I ain't got nothing for the district.
Dude, I'm with you, man.
Join the club. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Well,
I used to live there. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not a fan.
yeah.
I'm
I'll
not
say
a fan.
if somebody wants to go like do the DC stuff, that's cool. We can go to the museums and all that
Yeah.
shit. I have no interest in ever going back to that city. It is fucking bananas. So let me tell you the story. So
If I can't take the metro, I'm not interested.
This was so I think we needed to be there at like 10:30, and we left at Charlie gets on the bus at 8, sometime between 8:20 and 8:40. I don't know what these fuckers are doing out here. Anyways, get him on the bus and we haul ass. Of course, we have to stop and get breakfast and then go somewhere else to get coffee. And that's fine. So, we're going to be on time, but, I am, especially the doctor's appointments, I'm like, just always try to get there as early as it makes sense, right? But she had already done all her docs online, which is great, except the times when you get it there and they're like, we need you to fill all this paperwork. I did it online. All the systems down. Son of a bitch. Anyways, we're at, I believe it's called Washington MedStar Health Hospital. It is a fucking nightmare. The parking garage, complete chaos. And apparently they just have a bunch of dumbass people working there because it's, you pull up, you press a button, it gives you a ticket. My man is standing there that works there pressing the button and handing people tickets. I'm like, what kind of simple motherfuckers are coming to this hospital? Ended up having to park on the fucking roof because, and at this point we're kind of running late. And so she's anxious and I'm anxious.
Right.
Fucking elevator down, walk, check in, get back. They do some like EKG shit. My wife's so funny. It's a young lady that was like the nurse, and she's like, "All right, I need to take your shirt off to add the electrodes. You want a gown?" I was like, "I don't fucking care." She's sitting her titties hanging out. That's fucking great. They hook her up. Everything's good. They give her it almost looks like one of those glucose monitors you wear on your arm, but you wear it on your heart. And like anytime you like, her heart will like, I guess, flutter or skip or something every once in a while. There's a button you press and it records, I guess, certain amount of data between that. Okay. And then she turns it in at some point. She's wearing it right now. It's not even obtrusive. It's just a little sticker that's on your chest.
Is it AFib?
I don't know exactly what it is she has, but they're trying to, I think part of this is figuring this out. So leaving that place, I told her. So first of all, it's like they don't tell you up front. And when I park in a parking garage, which I do a lot because I fly a lot out of the airport, I always just get my ticket and I put it right on the dash. And when I get back, I'll get in and leave.
100%.
Did the same thing. Get down to the bottom floor and there's signs everywhere. Bring your ticket. There wasn't no fucking signs on the 5th floor. So I'm like, fuck, I don't want to run back up there and get it. I'll just deal with it when we get back, So we get back. Doctor's appointment goes good. And we're getting into the garage and I'm like, oh, there's an app. I scan the QR, download the app. Motherfucker wouldn't work. I tried it like 6 times. It just would not take the payment. And I'm just steaming mad. And Kelly likes to take over when I'm mad, but I'm like, you just got to let me get through this. So got out of this fucking parking garage and I just fucking whip in right there at the front, turn on my hazards and go to the machine and pay. Fuck y'all if you're behind me. I was so aggravated. I told Kelly, I said, if somebody fucking hits us, I'm going to go to jail. I'm going to beat the shit out of them. I said, I am never coming to this hospital with you again. If you have to come here, I'm not coming with you under any circumstances. But please wait the month to see this motherfucker.
Right.
Oh. Yeah. I just thought that was funny because Joey had kind of had the same experience the week before.
Yeah.
That was something else. Let's talk about parenting, guys.
Okay. I'm down.
How many times do you tell one of your children to do something before, let's say something like, I don't know, don't leave wet towels on the floor if you take a shower. How many times do you think you should say something before you might get a little aggressive with them?
So I may not be the best person to ask only because
you run a tight ship here, Bobby. There's no doubt about that.
One of the things that drives me the most nuts is having to repeat myself. I hate having to repeat myself. So
we're talking about over a course of time here, not just like four times in one day.
But I apply it.
Okay.
So you probably get 2 with me before I'm going to start giving you some consequences because, and I'll tell you why. I'm of a firm belief that if it happens once, it's a mistake. If it happens twice, it's a trend. If it happens 3 times, it's a habit.
Right.
And breaking the habit is one of the hardest things to do. So I probably give you 2 times a grace before I take harsher measures to break the habit.
I got you.
And, my harsher measures, I say harsh, it's a lowercase h. I take your fucking Amazon Kindle away or some shit, you know what I mean? But to them, it's like the end of the world because they've had an easy fucking life.
Yep. Exactly.
What about you?
I mean, it's a battle I fight every day. And I'd say, Kelly says I need to pick my battles, and I do. I feel like I do. I feel like I let so much shit just. That's fine. It's not worth. But the thing, and it's repeating myself. That's what I tell her. I'm like, I hate. Like, if I've said something to you over the past, I don't know, 3 years, hang your fucking towel up. Mm-hmm. Please stop leaving towel. Like I don't know about you. I use a towel 2 or 3 times. Like, I'll hang it back up when I'm done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If my kids take a shower and that towel's burnt, it's done. Because it's going to be in their fucking floor and it's going to start souring. And it's just so. I told Kelly that for Christmas, each one of these shit's going to get 2 towels monogrammed with their name on. And that's all they got. They got to manage those fucking 2 towels.
Yeah.
I know I'm just using that as an example. That's not the only thing, but.
Yeah,
I got a 6-year-old and she's testing the waters of what she can do and what she can't. So I'm more of the enforcer. So she's gotten to a point where mommy's the boss. Mommy is. I look at her sometimes like, who the hell? You think she's the boss? No, I'm the damn boss. And so she'll get to a point. My wife is not the enforcer, so she'll say some stuff to her, and mommy's like, okay. And I'll be like, I said, don't do something. So after a while, she don't even ask me. She'll just go to mommy, and like mommy will say, hey, look, clean this up. Or just go for dinner.
Right.
Use your fork. She's still eating with her hands. She'll say it again. Use your fork. My girl is still using her hands. By this time, that's the second time, I'm looking at her. And I'm looking at her like I'm looking at you. And that's when she starts using the fork. And sometimes I don't even have to say something. But then there's times when I say, and you got to change your voice. Yeah. What did your mother say? Do what she told me. When you have to change your voice, it's like, oh my gosh.
And one thing I'm big with my kids is if we go somewhere, right, like to like a barbecue or a cookout or a dinner gathering or whatever, I'm like, look, don't you fucking embarrass me. You know, but I'm big on that in general. I'm like, look, when you walk out these doors, you represent this family, you know, and when you're inside, you represent it too. But anytime you interact with the public, whether it's with an elder, teacher, other kids, you know, whatever, like you represent us, you
That's
know,
a great way to put that.
You know, represent us well, you know, I just had an issue recently. So I'm dieting, right? So I'm keeping my calories around 2,000.
Okay.
And which is easy for me because I usually keep my edible calories to around 800 to 1,000, and then I drink my other 1,000, right? But then my other 1,000 ends up being around 1,500, and then you know what I mean. And then I'm like, I'll tell you another thing about why the fucking blueprint's better than reasonable doubt, you know. But so basically I've cut out drinking, right? With the exception of certain shows. So like I had Kitchen Table last night. I drank for sure. I drank last night. But my next show, that wasn't me. That was KC.
He drank all that?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
No. It was only like half full.
I didn't see him on the couch this morning.
Yeah. No, it was only like half full. And then my next show is Wine and Cheese, which isn't this weekend, but the following weekend. And that's going to be the next time I drink. But as a result of being sober, my patience at the end of the day is lower, right? When I've tied a few on, I can tolerate a little bit more bullshit.
Yeah.
So we're sitting at dinner the other night. My wife came home from work, cooked chicken, sausages, broccoli, tortellinis. Like it was a nice spread that she had, you know. But it wasn't fucking fried chicken. It wasn't fucking pizza. It wasn't, you know what I mean? So it's a fucking chore, right? So nobody wants to eat it. Everybody wants to have fun food. Nobody wants to eat their broccoli. They're just complaining and complaining and complaining. My wife, I can see, is getting upset, you know? So I was just like, hey, I got a question. And I looked at Jana and I was like, your drawings, you put a lot of energy and effort into that, right? She's like, yeah, I'd like to think so, yeah. And I was like, okay. And I said to Selena, I was like, you're softball training. You're out there every day. You're working hard because you want to be the best. You put a lot of energy and effort into that, right? Like, yeah. And then I said to the baby, and I was like, in your drama, with all your stuff. Your when we rehearse lines and we go over lines and we show up to your games and we give feedback on your drawings and all these. And I was like, but what if we decided one day, I hate looking at your fucking drawings, and told you over and over again, I don't want to fucking look at your drawings. It gets in the way of my day. I don't want to go to your fucking softball. I want to go home and sit up and put my fucking feet on the couch because I worked all day. And I don't give a fuck about your play. You think I give a fuck about your play? I want to eat a bowl full of chicken nuggets and not go to. What if that's how we treated y'all? Your mother worked all fucking day, came home and cooked an hour for y'all to eat, and this is how you fucking act. Mm-hmm. And like, it killed like they all were like, fuck. Yep. Like, they felt like shit, and they just sat for the rest and ate, and they were and then like one of them kicked in. They're like, thank you for cooking, mommy. I do appreciate it. And like, oh, this, you know what I mean? But,
I saw that build up when you said that, and I was like, oh, he about to hit him with the hammer at the end, because I got that part. I was like, yeah, that's parenting right there.
Dude, I work in guilt. it would make the Catholic Church proud. Like a Renaissance painter works in oils.
Bravo.
Guilt by Bobby Scully.
That's right.
The new cologne.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll end up telling their therapist all about it one day.
So, I mean, you got one up. My kids literally like Charlie, my youngest, he'll eat a lot of, like, so we do, the HelloFresh stuff, and it's complex flavors. It's we just keep chicken nuggets and macaroni around because some days Charlie won't eat what we want. And my daughter is, I don't know how she's alive.
Yeah.
In Monster Energy and fucking Takis. And she wonders why her stomach hurts all the time.
Yeah. Well, I tell my wife, because my wife is a fucking saint, and she'll be like, well, what if I did this, or what if I got out of extra? I'm like, have you ever been in anybody's house and seen an emaciated kid? They won't starve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they will fucking eat. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a fan. I had food forced down my throat, and I would never do that. Like, it's torture. Mm-hmm. But we make a meal. We try to have at least one thing that each of them like. We know the baby likes sausages. We know that Jaina likes grilled chicken. We know that Selena likes tortellinis, and nobody has to eat broccoli. But nobody wants to eat broccoli because they're kids. But you have to eat a vegetable.
Yep.
Right now, it's there. My wife has gone out of her way to make sure that somebody has at least one thing that they're going to enjoy. You don't have to eat anything, but don't ask me for a motherfucking thing. Don't ask me for a fucking saltine cracker. You're going to go to bed hungry.
Yeah.
Or come down here and microwave this chicken, bitch. Mm-hmm. Because that's what we cooked.
Yeah.
Hey, look, my daughter, she actually eats pretty healthy. I think the thing that gets me is we're supposed to be cutting back on those desserts. Mm-hmm. And she's gotten to a point now, like last night, wife made chicken, mac and cheese, and I think we had broccoli. Mm-hmm. Everything's good. My daughter she didn't want to eat all the mac and cheese. So she's like, I'm full. When I grew up, if you say you're full and there's still food on your plate, you don't need no dessert.
Right. Of course not.
So here she is. I'm full. Can I have a pudding? No, you can't. You said you were full, right?
That goes in a different compartment in your
stomach. Of course.
Yeah. Separate dessert stomach.
She's full for the mac, but not the pudding. So I'm looking at my wife.
It's just cheese pudding with noodles in it.
Right. Something like that.
And I'll tell you, but
I will write that down. Cheese pudding.
I will tell you this though, like, because I'm the same way, and I would act the same way, right? But like, so you take those, you rewind the clocks back to when we're sitting at that table, right? Mm-hmm. So they got their protein, they got their vegetable, and then they have a starch, right? The tortellini. And if any of those kids, piled on the chicken, piled on the broccoli, piled on the tortellini, ate all their chicken, ate all their broccoli, and we're like, I can't, I don't want any more of this tortellini, we wouldn't sweat it. Mm-hmm. But if it was the opposite, they ate all that tortellini, and then they were like, I don't want the broccoli, I'm too full for the broccoli now. Oh, okay. No room for dessert then, I imagine. You know what I mean? But like, so it's like mac and cheese is like, it's awful for you, right? So like, and we love it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But like,
cheese pudding.
But like, cheese pudding with noodles in it. But like, but we do treat it a bit different only because it's like if you don't want to eat the unhealthy shit, cool. We'll be like, oh, okay, well, whatever. But like the healthy shit, you got to get it.
Yeah.
You got to get it in or you go to bed hungry.
I just think that I deal with the absolute. Like, I get the whole breakdown, what you're saying, but I don't want to confuse her yet, you know. And I'm like, say it. That's what it is.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's fair.
teach her that part instead. And then maybe when she's older, then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that was a starch, mac and cheese technically. But right now, she's 6 years old and she's 90 pounds. My wife takes her to the doctor and then she comes back. Well, you know, they said she's 90 pounds. She's kind of big for her age. I said, well, you give her dessert. So what do you want me to do? The good thing is we got her in dance now. So hopefully that helps her out. You know, my girl, she's dainty. You know, she's not like out there jumping around and stuff because she thinks she's older than what she is. But the dance thing seems like it's sticking to her. So
That's good.
You know, Jana said, you know, and Jana's got it when she got into teenage years, she became self-conscious about her weight and so on and so forth, which I think is somewhat normal. But she's asked us, like, am I fat? Am I fat? And, you know, and she said something to y'all once or something back in the day. And I told her, I was like, look, you'll never have to worry about asking me because the moment that we think that you guys are living an unhealthy lifestyle, we won't necessarily say anything to you because we know that, you know, words hurt and we don't want to fuck you up. But there'll be changes.
yeah.
So the moment that you come home and you're like, fuck, where are the chips and candies? Maybe we decided to change our lifestyle a bit, you know, but as long as you keep seeing that, we're okay with where you sit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's all interesting, man. And food is like, you know, like I don't feel like when I was a kid, my this is a fucked up story, so I'm going to say it and then I'm going to switch gears. But my mother did this thing called the count to 10. Spoonful of everything jammed in my mouth. I had 10 seconds to chew and swallow before another spoonful came in. And God help you if you throw up. God help you. And I'm sure that she learned that from some, you know what I mean? And she's repeating that, right? So I never wanted to force food. I never wanted food to be an issue because I'm all fucked up with food, right? Because of shit like that. But also, like, I feel like in the past 20 years specifically, like we as a people have learned so much about food and how much food is important to fucking everything, right? That, like, you know, you try to apply that because you want to set the groundwork for a healthy lifestyle, or at least for them to consider it, right? Because you're going to fuck off at some point. Everybody, like, it's at a certain point in their life, not everybody, always and never, right? But usually puts on some weight or starts to feel shitty about themselves, and they're like, fuck, it's because I'm not eating this, or I'm, they learn the hard way. But, you know, I think that we as a people have learned so much in the last 20 years that I think a lot of these generation of kids coming up now are going to have those considerations at some point. Like, where when I got into college, I was like, oh, I'm making my own money. I live my own, like, I'm never gonna fucking eat another, I'm never having a vegetable again, ever, you know? But, like, I think this generation is coming up with a little bit more of a nutrition, I don't know, emphasis in their life. Like, you see, like, kids going to the gym and shit. Like, you know, when I was growing up, you didn't go to, that was like for older people, you know what I mean? Like you know, you go outside and play, baseball or basketball or something, but you didn't, like, go do sets and reps, you know what I mean? But these younger generations are coming up with more of, like, a health and fitness, I feel like, influence on their lifestyle, which I think will be an ultimate good, you know, for all the other bullshit that I think they're coming up with that's going to make them terrible. That's one thing I think that's going to be better about, like, the future generation.
Well, speaking of sets and reps, been working out with Joey and Krista. I think I went 4 or 5 times last week, and it's amazing how much stronger I have gotten in that short amount. Like, I've doubled the amount of weight I'm doing a lot of exercises.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's
finally
crazy.
talking about my realm. Thank you. That's one thing that I don't mean to cut you off. That's the one thing that the Academy took away from me. When I started, I was actually maybe 10 pounds heavier than what I am now. I'm in my, like, 230s now. And they all saw it. And I had one officer say, "Do you have a vest on?" I was like, "No." He said, "Why is your chest so big?" I was like, "I don't know, sir." You know, like, and they would literally, my PT instructor would literally fuck with me every week. He's like, "Gaines, you want to go in, my last name." He's like, "Gaines, you want to go in the gym, don't you?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm tired of doing these." I ain't say stupid stuff, but I'm tired of doing this. There's a weight room literally right there calling my name. He's like, "Okay, well, we're not going." I hate all of y'all. And that was just their thing, man. So, like, I'm back in the, you know, lifting weights now. It's the worst feeling ever. Like, everybody that I was stronger than, they're stronger than me now. So I'm just like, I still
Yeah,
gotta
but
talk my shit.
there's different strengths, man. Like, you know, like because I know guys that can put up crazy weight, right? And muscles clearly defined, chiseled, you know, all that shit. And then I know guys that never get in the gym but have this calisthenic work strength that they just had all their, and they'll outperform the other dude every day of the week. The other dude might be able to lift up that one thing, but then he's done. You know, and this other guy will just go and go and go and go and go. So it's you know what I mean? I think there's positives to both. You know what I mean? But like, so don't think too poorly of yourself.
It's just the process. Starting
still
back
look great,
over,
man. Don't worry.
I appreciate it.
Don't
I'm
worry.
trying to keep up with y'all.
Shit,
Check
not me.
y'all out, man.
Well, I mean, I'll say that, you know, I worked out before. You know, I worked out when I was wrestling and stuff, but I don't think I ever really knew what the fuck I was doing. And they're like, the physiology of it all, muscle isolation, like I probably fucked my back up so much lifting poorly over the years. And like, you know, just I thank them every time I leave, because I'm like, this is fucking $100 worth of training every day I come here, because you guys are just, you know, right there. You're watching what I'm doing, and push your shoulders down, and all the little cues, you know, that I'm trying to remember to do. I'm enjoying. I'm having a good time. You know, it's
Good.
We have fun over there. They have cats that are always around, so you know, you got your little downtime. You can fuck the cats. We'll put wrestling on the TV or something. It's a good time, and you know, it's not overwhelming. I think a lot of the time when I go to a gym, like I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do, right? I mean, just like you know, I know what to. So they've got actually have it on a Google Doc spreadsheet, like, you know, what exercises and what reps, and
Nice.
I think they got I think it's 6. It's a push day, pull day, and then a leg day. So I'm really enjoying Romanian deadlifts. I went from like, I don't remember how much I went up significantly. I think I was like barely doing like maybe like what was it, like 95, maybe 25s on the bar. And I think I did like 170 or something.
Nice.
So,
Okay, man.
yeah. And it's funny. It's like, sometimes these exercises are like, all right, try it this way. And I'm like, it doesn't feel right. I put like 20 more pounds on it. I'm like, oh, now I can feel the tension to work with. So I just been enjoying it. Joey's and Chris have asked me to try to eat. He said 180 grams of protein every day.
That's not. Yeah,
I'm
that's
getting
good.
close.
Yeah.
I'm doing 120 just with protein powder, and then oftentimes I'll supplement. It's a little bit of a struggle, but you know, I'm able to get to it. It's got to get in a rhythm, right? Get in a rhythm. The only thing that's gonna fuck me up is like, you know, a week in Phoenix in a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Just bring
and they're
it
going to be
up.
gone. Are you?
Yeah, they're gone tomorrow. I'm going to go later today, and then I'm going to go tomorrow, and then they're gone. They're gone Thursday.
Did you just give you a house key?
They did. They
Oh,
did.
did they?
I did want to.
Nice.
I did want to make sure that whoever's going to be handling the cats, there is a chance that I may be there, not to be startled. If you come downstairs and I'm in the gym.
Speaking of which, so we were at just to cut you off real quick, typical Nerve Rage shit. We were at a softball game, right? They're the second best team in the league, and we beat them.
Nice.
You know, but it got shitty. Like, and I was like, man, like, what is going on, man? Like, and I was like, thank God you're sober. That's what I said that to myself. But like, so. I don't want to bore anybody with the details necessarily, but like 6 innings are in softball, but usually you only play 4 to 5 because you only really play for 2 hours. And then I think that the umps are usually only paid for 2 hours. The sun goes down, all that kind of stuff. But the rules to the league are, if you finish the 5th inning before 7:59, you can start the next inning. Right. And they made their kids, they were up because we went into we went into the 6th inning, right? And everybody's like, what? Like, it's getting dark. And we were the home team, so they went up to bat and then they pulled ahead of us. You know, and they pulled ahead of us substantially. Like, I think they got like 4 runs in, and they were only like 1 behind, so they're up 3 now or some shit like that. And they told their kids to strike out so that it would force us in to play, hoping that we wouldn't be able to get the 4 runs to come out on top. Like, they were telling the kids, like, just swing up in the air. Just like
just blatantly miss.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, like this is not. There's no money on the line here. Like, what are you teaching these kids?
Right.
You know, like what is the ethics that you're teaching them right now? So then we got a coach on our team that's like, he's pretty gangster, and he's like, don't worry. He's like, everybody get up there. Don't swing at a fucking thing. Don't swing. Make them walk every one of you, and then that will create the time long enough for the sun to go down. They'll have to call the game, and it'll revert back to the score in the 5th inning. And you know what? He said it, and he meant it because he was pissed he was like the support coach, but our kids didn't. They went up there and they fucking bat. And anyway, the sun ended up going down. They called it, but like they were getting hits and shit. Like they were still hanging in there, and it was like good for us,
Right.
You know. But anyway, that was a side note. It was just a shitty fucking thing to hear and say, like a grown adult say to a kid, just swing in the air. Anyway, and I'm sure it only gets worse as these kids get older.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But Jaina had it. Right, she humors us by coming to the games, but she's in for 5 innings tops. As we went into the 6th inning, she was like, "I'm going to the car." So she took her little chair and she marches off into the parking lot, and she didn't have the key.
Oh boy!
So she's standing out there in the parking lot, and there's a dude out there in a truck, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, I don't have my mom's key, so I'm just stuck here." And he's like, "Well, you want to get in the car?" And she was like, "No, I'm fine." And I was like, "Look, in the future, drop everything and come to me immediately." You know, and I think I know this person. I think he's harmless. He's like a grandpa, and he's actually like just a different generation and was trying to do the right thing. But I was like, "But you don't know him."
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So do not fuck around. Something happens, it makes you get your spider sense, listen to it. Always listen to that intuition, that little voice in your head, that gut feeling. Pay attention to it, focus on it, harness it. You know, it's a powerful tool. But if that puzzle piece in your life doesn't quite fit in right, abandon ship and come get me. Leave everything right there and come get me.
Yes, sir.
But it was just like, man, like, I hate having to have those back to the parenting thing. I hate having to have those conversations of like exposing them to the idea that not everyone in the world is out for their best intentions.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But have to be said though.
Yeah.
I feel the same way with my daughter. Like I can't tell her too much because, like I said, she's 6. She ain't gonna process it. But at the same time, I'm telling her stuff like keep your eyes up. Like when we walk around, like Target.
Yeah.
This is a starting point. I'm like, where are we at? How do you get outside?
Yeah.
You know, what do we do from here? You know, just getting her early.
Situational awareness.
Got to.
Yeah.
You got to, because it's just those.
It'll save your fucking life.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway, Christopher.
So I mentioned last week our Realm Nation live event we're doing alongside NJCC in August. We have a room block open. So anyone's interested in going to that, go to our website, realmcollectors.com, and you can book your room there, reasonably priced. I think it's $129 a night for 2 nights. So
Nice. When is that?
it is August 23rd through the 25th. Yeah, at the Holiday Inn in lovely Cherry Hill, New Jersey. So looking forward to that. A lot of work to do on that. Let's see here. Building dioramas without my fucking partner sucks. This is how it normally goes. The orders come in. I cut, shape the stuff, and Kelly paints it and packs it. She ain't been. She did a little bit of stuff. Like there's some. I'll be honest with you. Some of the stuff we do, I'm like, I don't know how. I know how it gets to where I get it, but you know, I designed this, but it's been 2 years. I don't fucking remember. I'm like, hey, how do we do this? And like, what paint do you use for this? So
Right.
I actually enjoyed the painting process, but it's just like, man.
Labor intensive.
Yeah, I'm hoping she'll be able to help me pack it.
Yeah.
Last order I had to pack, a guy ordered like 19 or 20 floor pieces from us.
Oh, wow.
Wrap each one, put it in a box, weigh it up, cut the box. Like, man, I'm glad she does this normally. It's a bit. The shipping container I've showed. I gotta finish my prototype. My second prototype. I've got everything cut. I gotta build it and paint it, and then that'll be like my production model. So
Nice.
I think it's gonna do pretty well. I've had people I've seen that have asked me like, could you do so and so logo for my boss? I'm like, mean, as long as it's not too fucking crazy over the logo.
Right,
Yeah. If it's a vector, like if somebody sends me the Nerd Rage skulls, like, nah, we ain't doing that. I ain't picking all that
Right,
shit
yeah,
up
you were
for
saying that. You
But
were
if it's
saying
like, you know, if somebody just wanted like, you know, you wanted
lettering.
You're right, Skullface Mopping Society or whatever on it. Yeah, we could do something like that. So, been 3D printing still. This new 3D printer, I'm just loving it. It's just so user friendly, and I'm not saying it doesn't fuck up because it does.
Yeah.
User error probably, but you know, I showed you guys that car I was printing, and I've got all the body panels printed. The problem is, I was originally an 8th scale that I'm scaling down to probably close to 10th scale, and it's like it's an RC car. So it's from 3dsets.com, and they actually you can print the entire thing, and then you just put the motor in. It's an RC car. I don't give a shit about that. So I'm scaling it down. What I'm finding is a lot of these little, like, it's got like, you know, all the front end components that you know, it's got fucking control arms and all this shit, but they're so small. When you print them, like, it doesn't work. So I'm gonna have to come up with some other sort of chassis for this, which I've got some ideas and I think will work in the long term. Like, you can just use this chassis for whatever body.
Right.
So I've just always been passionate about these 12 scale vehicle tints, 12 scale vehicles. So
Yeah, you have.
speaking of which, I want to talk about this. Your boy Ace from Ramen. So I ordered the not Ghost Rider car,
Okay.
right? I'm like, I'll be honest with you, I kind of forgot I had ordered it. Because it's been a minute. It's been, because he put that out like right after that or the HasLab failed, right?
Right.
So, you know, I started following him on socials and stuff, and he's like, the cars are in the container and they'll be, you know, this much, whatever. Come to find out, that's only 600 pieces that are coming initially. And he didn't tell people that. So I was excited. Like, I'll get my car in like a month.
Right. Not the case.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I'm one of the chosen or not. And I don't know, like, how do you,
were the chosen one.
how do you determine? I mean, is it based on like, you know, the first 600 people that ordered? I mean, I have no idea how many he sold this thing, but come on, man. Why wouldn't you just be transparent about that up front? Like, say, hey, I got 600 pieces coming, the first 600 orders or something, instead of getting everybody's hopes up.
Right.
It looks awesome. He actually published the instructions in PDF you could look at. I'm like, oh, this thing's really cool. It does a lot of things that I don't really care about, Bobby, like the gear shift moves, and the steering wheel moves, and it's got all these different. You can change out the grill, and you can change out. And it looks like it's all magnetic. That's the word.
Yeah, Magalith. Yep.
So, you know, part of me's like, oh, well, there's a lot of cool shit I could probably like design some shit here that, you know, make add-ons for it and stuff. But I don't know. I was just frustrated by that. I'm like, why would you get everybody's hopes up? It's like, oh, there's 600 pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a bummer.
So, anyways, I am looking forward to getting that and seeing what it's about. Let's see. I watched some stuff this week.
Nice.
It was definitely my nerd bag. I am one episode short of finishing whatever season of Invincible is out.
Okay.
Wow, that is a fucking graphic car. It's so graphic. Like, I don't remember the one character's name, but dude gets shot in the head and still alive, and it's just squirting out of his head. It's brutal.
Yeah.
So I got one more episode to finish that. That's such a good story. It really is. I need to rewatch the entire season because I think they did 4 and 4 on the episodes, and I'll be honest, we sat down and watched it, and I'm like, who the fuck are these people?
Right.
Why is this guy? I just had no recollection. Even
I feel like I'm going to be that way with House of Dragons when it starts.
Yeah. I watched the Bad Batch finale.
How did you feel about it?
Yeah, I saw that too.
Ill Will hit me up and was like, it was Clone Wars level. I'm not sure if
you know what they've been telling it. I will say, like, I shit all over the first season. I didn't finish it. I'm like, this is fucking trash.
Yeah, the first one sucked, and I had a hard time making it through the second season.
I enjoyed the second season a lot more. This third season has been dark as fuck. Like, even as I've mentioned, the music, like, it's not Star Wars. It's got a little elements. You know, you'll hear a Imperial March or something. In the background, very subtly, but it's just very like.
I'm gonna have to watch it, I guess.
Yeah. So
here we go again.
I'll be honest with you. I expected more people to die than did, and you will absolutely hate the prologue to this. That the little last, X amount of years later. I won't spoil it for you, but
I will say now.
let's just say somehow.
Palpatine returned.
We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
So, of course, it was Star Wars weekend, I guess, this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not exactly sure when they dropped it. I also watched Tales of the Empire. So if you recall several years ago, maybe 2 years ago, they did Tales of the Jedi. It was
Yeah, Tales of the Empire's out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they
All
did
right.
the Dooku
I do wanna-
story
yeah,
for
I wanna
3,
watch that
and
one.
then they did the Ahsoka story. Well, this is Morgan Elsbeth, who is all right. You watched Ahsoka, the witch lady that's with
Okay.
Yeah.
it. I wish they had put this out before because
Oh, really?
it really makes a lot of sense, like her motives. Because they never really explain why. Are you doing
No,
it.
she just
tells you the whole fucking story in 3 15-minute episodes.
a finger templar.
And
Steepler.
then
Finger steepler.
the other one is about Barriss Offee.
Oh, yeah. I love her.
She basically gets recruited to become a inquisitor, and tells that story.
Wow.
That one. They're both really good. I probably like the Barriss Offee, however you say it.
Yeah, I would
like
love if
that
they
one better.
Black Series would make some of those like Illuminara and Barriss that were like
I
the
just can't
master.
believe they haven't, especially now that you have basically an arc dedicated to this character.
Yeah.
But
And she was in Clone Wars a lot too.
yeah, she was in Clone Wars a lot.
She was the one who framed Ahsoka, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I'm watching the trailers for it. Yeah.
All that you should. I mean, honestly, to watch this whole series, I think it's an hour and a half. They're all 15-minute episodes, just to the point. Tells a good story.
Yeah, I love the first
The
one.
animation's fucking great.
Yeah.
Thrawn animated in this instead of like the Rebels, which
Right.
is more of a cartoonish style. Fucking great. Like he's not a Grand Admiral yet. He's just an admiral. And when they start talking about everything, it's good stuff.
Nice.
It's
I'm
definitely.
I'm looking for. I was looking forward to that one.
Definitely recommend for me.
I got a question now that you brought up Thrawn. Why do all the bad guys have to have that ominous deep voice? Thrawn has it.
You
and-
mean
and-
like this?
Yeah.
It's very pointed. Well, so like I can't think of it. The mad scientist, I'll call him, the guy that was running
from
the base.
From Bash, yeah.
He was just so calm and collected. It was almost like you've already got that character.
Exactly.
Like, why are you doing this exact? And I guess it's just supposed to. I guess to some people, and I can see this, it would convey just a sense of evil because no matter what happens, you're just very calm and collected about all of it.
Writing Thrawn, in my opinion, the writer should always write from Thrawn's plan backward. Like, that's the way that you should write Thrawn. You should write what his mission is, his goal, and how he's going to achieve it. Write that into effect, and then figure out how your heroes deal with it. I think what Disney's been doing is writing the hero story and putting Thrawn in it. So then the heroes blow up Thrawn's base, and then they don't know what to do with Thrawn, so they just have him come in and say, "Just as I planned." You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, it's almost like Drake.
so it's like, okay, you planned for just all your shit to get blown up,
Right. That's what I wanted. I wanted to take this big L because
Fell
it's a
into
bigger
my
picture.
trap.
Yeah.
By blowing
Yeah.
up my base.
Yeah.
And you can't tell me that creature is not a goddamn Pokemon that comes out at the end. The one that got locked up.
The Zillow.
Zilla Beast.
Yeah.
I saw that last time they showed it. I'm like, that's a fucking Pokemon.
Yeah,
It looks just like him.
Awkward as shit.
There's
yeah,
a Pokemon that looks almost just like him too. But yeah, it wraps up good, and like they kind of leave it on this one shot, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then they do something happens later in time, which Bobby will be like, Jesus fucking.
Roll my eyes,
Yeah.
Let's just say somebody joins the resistance.
suck my front teeth, so to speak.
Yeah. And I think that's really it. I'm sure. I watched like Abbott Elementary. Every time there's a new episode.
I gotta get back
I
on
love
that
this
show.
man.
God, it's so good.
This season's been kind of weird because like the lead character went to work at the district office and left the school.
Really?
She went to work at the post office.
Yeah. Yeah, she was on some program to develop new stuff, but then she decided they offered her like the big job, and she decided to just come back to the school. So it's got a lot of good comedy beats on there. I think the janitor is my favorite. character on there.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
always
trip,
saying
man.
something. Yeah.
He's like this old guy who's seen it all, and now he's just a janitor, and he's like, well, one time, and this is crazy ass stories. It's almost like Pops from almost like John Witherspoon kind of from Friday or from the Wayans or something like that. It's a good cast on that show. So
That's what's up.
yeah, I think that's about it for me.
All right. Let me get into my nerd week here. I didn't do much. And I actually didn't do much, like I said, I've been doing a lot of potting, but that's just circumstantial. And then I've been doing a lot of that curating of pictures and in music still. I actually broke out. I'm at the phase now where I broke out all of my Baltimore music that I haven't.
You said you were going to do that.
And some of it is so terrible, and I'm so happy I have it, like, because it's just so awful. And
Like what?
so I'll play you one after the show. But there's a guy, and I don't know if he's still around or not. But his name was Prince Charming Chaz, and he was not chemically balanced. Something was off with this dude, and he had a song called "I'm a Piece of Shit," and that song is a piece of shit. But it was it's a story, and like I'm looking forward to doing it one day. But I'm just compiling it all. I'm so proud of myself in some way that like I was able to keep all of this shit, like, you know, in totes and everything, and little sleeves, and it's all protected, and like I feel very fortunate. My pack ratting pays out sometimes.
Update.
Yeah.
Prince Charming Chaz has 6 subscribers and 19 videos on YouTube.
No shit.
Last published something 4 years ago.
Is Piece of Shit on there?
I don't know. Let me look.
What are his videos?
Oh, we're going back 4 years. Looks like he uploaded a bunch of shit 4 years ago and didn't tell anybody about it. That's what it looks like. What'd you say it was called?
Piece of Shit.
This is like Baltimore Club?
No, it was like rap music.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because like I was heavily involved in that scene for a while, and like, I don't know, you remember a guy named Comp? He was on the Def Jam Vendetta game. He was on a Ghostface record.
Nah, I got to see him.
He was from Baltimore, and like during his rise, I was there. Yep, that's it.
Am I going to hear the accents? City accent?
He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit.
That's enough.
What?
But like, I met this guy. He was a character, and what's interesting, the first time I met him, he's like probably this like 7. He's like Chris's size, height, broader, and he walks into a space and you notice him, right? He's a white dude, American flag bandana, or like not even the bandana, almost like the motorcycle one that's like kind of like a hat, but it looks like a bandana.
Yeah.
It has like but it has even like the strings in the back as if it tied together, but it doesn't. It's just like a cap you put on. One of those, a white T-shirt that had something like Budweiser or something on it with the sleeves cut off, and a pair of jean shorts. And a film crew was following him around, like a proper film crew, like doing a documentary on him. So he walks in, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? Some kind of star that we don't know about?
Right.
And then he's like, starts handing out his CD, and I was like, all right. So I kept it, and I got it home, and that was the jewel that was waiting for me on the other end. You know, but anyway, I'm just so happy that I have some of it because they're dear friends of mine, and I really liked them and liked their music, and it's not like you can just go to the store and get it, can you?
Right,
so
right.
I'm happy that I still have it. And then the other side is some of it is so awful that I'm happy that I can still go back and have a laugh.
There you go.
Just so you know, Prince Charming Chaz on January 30th, 2022 said, "I'm going to join the protest and remove all my music from Spotify. You want me? You know where to find me."
See, that's why I keep hard copies.
And then he made a gif of him pissing on the Source magazine.
Oh wow!
I don't know if they had drama back in 2020.
Yeah, I have to look him back up.
Is that him with the crown on?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, you got to run the gimmick, man. Live the gimmick.
Yep. So I did a lot of that, and then the only other thing I'm watching
I'm sorry.
yeah, that's the cover.
I know.
Yeah.
In the Charm City Underground.
So I'm watching The Jinx Part 2 on HBO, documentary series releasing episodically. The first series released episodically as well, but it was back in the day when like every episode counted, not just like string it out to make
We're going to have an episode about his neighbor's dog. For some reason.
Exactly.
It has nothing to do with the story.
Exactly. But if you remember, this is the story where this guy, Bob something Sanders, something like that, rich guy, came from old money, New York real estate, killed his wife, his best friend, and some other dude, I think, but got got away, the whole bit, and they were interviewing him about it, and they showed these 2 things that he had never seen, and one was like a letter left at the cadaver, and one was a letter that he had written to somebody, and like the handwriting is like exactly the same, to include the same words misspelled in the same way. And he was like, oh yeah, I only wrote the one. I only wrote the one. Can I go to the bathroom? And they're like, sure. He goes to the bathroom. He's still mic'd up. Takes a piss, looks in the mirror, and he's like, they know.
I swear.
Killed them all, of course. And it's on mic.
Terrible.
That's like the first season. I mean, it's a spoiler, but I mean, it's still worth watching. It was like from like 2015 and 2016. So, it's your fault. But like anyway, the second season is about them reopening the cases and trying to prosecute him after that. And it's fucking great so far. Like I'm enjoying every second of it. High, strong recommend from me. The Jinx Part 2. And the first episode kind of recaps a lot of it, so you don't even have to go back and watch the first season again. So strong recommend from me. And that's really it for me.
Did you finish Ahsoka?
I did.
Did you mention that last week? I don't remember.
I think I mentioned it the week. I think you were gone.
I was gone. Okay.
Yeah, just bleh.
Fair.
Mid. Above, I would say above I would say maybe if the mid cake that they've been baking with Star Wars recently, I would say it's the icing on the mid cake. Like
okay.
It's not as mid as the rest of the mid, but
is
it's still,
Andor the birthday candles?
Yeah, Andor is actually a separate option.
It's a French pastry.
Do you want ice cream or cake? Andor's ice cream.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna have both in the same bowl.
Well, actually, I guess I did too.
Well, how you feel about that trailer, the Accolade?
So I have to watch that right now for the show notes. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure I got everything done on my nerd week, and I think I did.
All right.
So let's move on to notes. I haven't done them obviously because I woke up when you guys got here. But let me go ahead and look through them now.
Woke up quick at about 9.
Right.
So let's go ahead and watch the Acolyte trailer. All right. Thoughts, comments, courtesies, concerns?
I can cut a hell of a trailer. It looks like everything I love about Star Wars. You got spaceships, you got fights, you got lightsabers. You got Carrie-Anne Moss, so it was probably just part of the Matrix. I'll be honest with you, like I like her as an actress, but like I can't see her in any other role. Like,
yeah,
she's always going to be Trinity.
She's always going to be Trinity.
Yeah.
What about you, Greg?
I mean, it looked good for what it is.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it.
I'm not really deep with the lore. So when I see something, for me, it's still hard to get out of my brain. Skywalker.
Right.
That's it. So I hear when y'all be talking about the other shows and stuff, and y'all are like really into it. I'm like, I can see why he don't like that. I can see why he definitely doesn't like that. But me, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't see a lightsaber. That's the turn off for me. Like,
so did you like Andor?
Yeah, no, I didn't watch that one. Nope, I didn't see Andor. I barely liked. I'm
telling you, Andor is another creature. It is. So
it's a
go
bar.
home today and start watching. Will your wife watch something like that with you?
Nah.
But I would tell you, like my wife is like, she's given up on any of this nerd shit really, except the anime, which is her own thing. But like, she sat and watched Andor with me. I'll probably watch that whole thing 3 times, man. It's so fucking good. It is my favorite piece of Star Wars since anything new's come out, since Disney bought it.
Nice. All right, I'll check that out. I'm gonna have to. I'll tell you, the first 2 episodes, it's a slow burn. But like once they get through that first story arc, when there's this whole prison situation. Fucking brilliant, man. Okay.
It's fucking brilliant. The way it's written, I love that.
The finale is amazing. It's fucking amazing.
And there's only going to be one more season, and it's going to butt right up to the beginning of Rogue One.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna check.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Acolyte looks like shit to me.
Okay.
It looks like everything that's wrong with Star Wars.
Does it look like they filmed it at Galaxy's Edge?
No, I do think
everybody get your lightsabers out,
because it does look like they're using like locations and all that kind of stuff. So I dig that. But like, the fact that everybody looks so fucking normal, alien speaking English, like lightsaber battles looking more like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon than a lightsaber battle.
You don't know how they did shit back then.
That's true.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's the story of the Jedi versus Sith. It's just in a different time frame.
Yeah.
They're gonna be the same rules. Rule of 2. However they figure that out, and I don't know the backstory here, but there might have been 1,000 years without a Sith, and then that's probably what this story is. Oh, there's a Sith.
Yeah, I
There's
just
a red lightsaber and a scary mask.
yeah. I would say that I would say that how I would describe my feelings on it was with one word would be unimpressed.
Okay.
It doesn't look like a step in the right direction to me. It looks like more of the same in a different time period. But like, you know, I just did a show on like the state of Star Wars recently, and that I didn't want to do. I just kind of agreed to do it because I like talking about Star Wars is like painful for me now. Mm-hmm. But it's just so diluted for me. You know, but this doesn't look like what I want, which is fine. You know, I'm well over it now.
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair.
Let's watch this other trailer real quick. Now that, on the other hand, looks fucking perfect.
Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. I mean, once again, haven't read the books, don't plan to. I don't know if that's what happens, but
I haven't either.
Taken over, man.
But I've read the first 3 like 8 times.
Yeah, that's going to be good. Looks like June's a pretty packed month. For stuff.
Because it's also House of Dragons is June. Also.
Oh yeah. I need to watch a recap of that. I watched it, but like watch a recap.
That looks fucking great. Like the tone looks great, the action looks great, the effects look great, the kind of like the heart and soul of it looks like it's baked in there.
You know,
like
I don't know what Amazon Bezos money, man. They're spending some money to make that show. I mean, just, you know, that shot, and I don't know how much of it's actual on location, but like that, they did that overhead shot of like that, some sort of building with all of them. I mean, that shit's expensive to do, man. And you know, I'm impressed. I'll say I've never once watched that show and thought, oh, that looks like, those effects look like shit.
And they also
it
like
always looks great.
You know, they say Fallout is great. I haven't got a chance to watch
Yeah,
that
I've
yet.
got to watch that too.
And remember they were doing that Lord of the Rings show? Is that ever coming back?
So the way I understood it is it was so expensive that they
Let it go.
know they were going to be able to do another season because
That's a bummer.
it costs. I don't remember what the number was. It was like $20 or $30. I don't know. I'm kidding. I have no idea. It was very, 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 very expensive.
One
for a
Prime
TV show.
subscription.
Yeah.
So a picture was released yesterday. Our first picture of Superman.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I saw that.
Let me see.
He's putting the boots on, right? Like he's putting on a boot or something.
Yeah, I think it looks fun.
Fun. I mean,
He's got trunks. He's got trunks.
see. Hell yeah.
Man, these pants.
But, you know, I'm not sure how that's going to translate, but like, I'm here for it. I think it looks good.
Yep.
I don't have a whole lot of faith just because all of that stuff has been in a weird space recently.
Right.
But this picture in a vacuum, objectively, I think it looks like a good Superman. You know, more power to him.
What if he talks like this, man?
The
What you doing, Les Luthor?
the Hasbro Pulse stream for Star Wars.
It was trash.
Was it trash?
It was trash.
Well,
They showed, so they're re-releasing some. They're like they redid them all. They're doing a lot of
For Black Series?
Yeah, some episode 1 stuff. They showed the box for the Ghost, and they even said, "I think people were expecting something else out of our HasLab today, but here's the box for the Ghost."
They don't. That's wild. That
and
they
they might have had a couple other things, but it was I literally just kind of zipped through it on fast forward to see what was there.
I did buy 4 Super Battle Droids.
So I needed.
I pre-ordered 4. 2 for that.
Did they
shelf,
make the
2
droid?
for that?
Did they come out with the Droidecas yet?
No,
Wars?
but I got 2 of those. I might need to get 2 more of those.
Yeah,
But
that's like one of my all-time favorite Star Wars things.
Yeah.
When they
Yeah, they were
roll
fucking
in,
cool.
That's like the first thing you see in
they,
episode 1.
I like when they transform and they,
And
like
they go,
sit back.
shoo.
Yeah, they like sit back into themselves. You know.
Yeah.
And I like. So I got those. I got 4 of those, and then I got the new Palpatine, the kind of episode 3 Palpatine.
I'll tell you, man. I don't pre-order Star Wars stuff, and like. I'll be honest with you, man. Going in Ollie's really makes me think, why would I ever pay? Because it's $10 for
Right.
like all the card, like the Palpatine that came on the card, and I'm thinking like Lando in Disguise. Those are 2 that I see all the time. But
Yeah.
I mean, you could same with Marvel Legends. Like they have $10 for like, I mean, this older stuff, but it's a pretty decent selection if you
Yeah.
wanted to build a collection. But I definitely want to get some of the Droidekas.
Yeah. And then the only other thing that's worth talking about in the show notes is the Kendrick Drake beef, an update on that.
I'll tell you, like,
I think it's over.
you think it's done?
I think it's over. I think it's over. I think that the Drake releasing the Heart Part 6, I think it was a misstep. It sounds defensive. It sounds like he's done. It sounds like I'm not these things. That's not true, sir. You know what I mean? Like, instead of attacking Kendrick, he spent most of the song saying that he's not what Kendrick is saying that he is. So it sounds like nuh-uh. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And then at the end, all that, like, I guess, it's good that, he brought out it's nice to get the pen out again. And, it just sounds defeated. I don't think Kendrick will respond to it. And I think if Drake doesn't release another record, and he needs to, and it needs to be a timestamp record, that's the key. 6 a.m. in Compton. 6 a.m. in Compton. And put that out. And it better be fucking every bullet loaded in that fucking magazine. That's the one thing I think, because I said this upstairs when we were talking about it. Drake isn't being out-rapped in this battle, which is interesting. Like, he's rapping his fucking ass off, and Kendrick rapped his ass off on Euphoria, and then he rapped really well on 616, but then, like, Meet the Grams and Not Like Us and all that, it's not the Euphoria Kendrick.
Right.
He's just having fun at this point, because he's out-maneuvering Drake.
Yeah.
He's making Drake look silly.
He's got the angles on him.
He's got
the angles on him.
And I said upstairs, like, if you would have asked me how it would have gone, I would be like, look, Kendrick's probably going to out-rap him, and Drake's probably going to out-maneuver him. And it ended up being almost the exact opposite.
And there's like, you can, and you might have gone into some of this on your video, but like that line, was it looking for a chord and you picked A minor? That song is in A minor.
Yeah.
Like they sample, he sampled.
It's an old funk record.
Yeah, then he like apparently sampled something that Drake's dad had done musically in some capacity, or
really?
There was something and that was also in that key, A minor. I don't know. I just thought it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of
the
layers to this shit, man.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of, like, especially the first couple, like specifically that Euphoria record from Kendrick. Like, you can almost isolate every line in it and find, you're lucky if you find one that only has two meanings.
And I love just that he's like, I hate your fuzzy slippers. I hate the way your mom combs her hair.
Yeah, which is a callback to DMX. Yeah, DMX was on the Breakfast Club, and they were like, "What do you think about Drake?" And he's like, "I don't like him. I hate him. I hate the way he walks. I hate the way he talks. I hate the way he looks. I hate his haircut. I hate I hate his face." He said that. Like, I hate his face.
Hey, Drake, I mean, like you say, he's a smart guy. And I go back before he did all that singing shit. When he had that Houston Atlanta mixtape that he had, and he had some good shit on there. But this is me. I'm not a hardcore hip hop person, but I do know when you rap battle, it's just that you're trying to get attention, and I think they've accomplished that.
There's more eyes on their genre of music.
Yeah, it's on the fucking news.
Like, I mean, I'll say, like, my members of my family that like don't give a shit about hip hop or like listen to this and listen to this, and Kelly's just sitting there with her hand on her face like, oh my god. Then I had to, like I said, I'm just gonna let you, if you have questions, stop, because I think I know my way around this.
Right.
And at the end of it, she's like, what was this? And I kind of explained to her. She's like, damn, that was brutal.
If you want, I can send the breakdown.
Yes, send it to me.
I had a 50-plus-year-old man here last night from a very different generation.
Yeah.
And my opening question to him as a joke was, who do you got, Drake or Kendrick? And he was not up on the music, but he knew it was happening.
Yeah, see?
You know what I mean?
I'm still tripping over Chris Brown and
Quavo.
Yeah, like I was like, wait a minute, I thought the world was focused on them because they was beefing.
But their beef is like one of those that could get ugly beefs.
Yeah.
Like, like that. I don't, but anyway, somebody just sent me this, my buddy Molina, who's like a big Drake stan. Drake's Bridle Path home had police on the scene following a reported overnight shooting. Canadian police responded to reports of a shooting at 2 a.m. Tuesday. A man was hospitalized with serious injuries. Drake is not injured. So that's the one thing about some of this is like, it's almost like that Pizzagate shit. Like if you start saying enough shit and people start weaponizing it, and like, you know, nobody should get hurt over this shit. These two guys don't want any harm to come to either one of them. That you could tell for them, it's a competitive sport, and they just want to compete. But that Quavo Chris Brown thing has all of the recipe in it for someone to get hurt, which I don't want to see.
He hit home. He hit hard. Now he hit below the belt. Even when he hit him, when his what's his name got shot. They was like, it should have been.
Oh,
you
take
I was
off.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh,
It's true. It's like, it's unfortunate.
you gotta chill. Like the rap battle has just always been what it is. It's just a creativity mark. You know?
Yeah,
Like I said,
and-
I'm not a genius in this shit. Like Bob, you broke down the shit like it was like a higher collegiate fucking class. I was like, huh? K9 I was like, damn, that shit does make sense. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, send me the link to that.
Man,
Hold
I,
on
had
a
to
second.
I was going to tell you about that. So I'm sitting here just listening to the beat. I was like, man, this shit tight. And then he was like, well, this is what he's saying. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's so much of that. To be fair, like, and to their credit, it's brought out the best in both of them.
Yeah.
It's got Drake back to rapping,
Yeah.
and it got Kendrick back to putting music out regularly. Like, which that's been the criticism of the two. You're not rapping anymore. You put a record out once every 10 years. You know what I mean? And it's fixed both of them. You know, I just hope that their careers, like Drake's career specifically, it probably will sustain. But it'll be interesting to see how it washes out. You know, the same with Cole, right? Like, because the interesting thing, I mean, Cole, the memes are great, right?
Oh, man.
Like it was like, it'd be like some kid playing in the forest, and like, this is J. Cole right now from just getting out of it. You know? But the thing about Cole is, and I like Cole, I thought that Cole was in the best position in that whole shit to come out on top. But because of this, regardless of how it all shakes out, he'll never be considered the greatest. You know what I mean? Because like he was battle tested and he folded. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well, this is something you can't do.
Yeah.
So now you're out of that conversation, unfortunately, despite how good you are. You know what I mean?
I think my favorite line from all of it is, and I don't know the exact line, but basically Kendrick says, keep on making that music that gets people moving, keeps my hand in the air.
Yeah.
You don't need to be doing this. Is not your lane.
Yeah, and he doubles down on that a lot, like that. I like Drake when he's singing. I don't like him when he talk tough.
yeah.
But I mean,
My two favorite lines. My favorite line from Drake isn't a deep one at all, but it just happens to be my favorite one. Is Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums.
Yeah, that was funny.
And
I figured that would have brought that whole Atlanta crew at him then, but
yeah. And then my favorite line from Kendrick is actually the that stop all that Pusha P. I want to see you push a T.
oh shit.
You know, it's, and that's been my favorite.
Do you think Kendrick only releasing music as widely spread as he does has anything to do with him working with Dr. Dre so much? Because Dr. Dre knows how to push a fucking date.
And I think he had TDE, Top Dog Entertainment. I think he had TDE issues also. What's interesting about it is Kendrick's off TDE now, but TDE like is really rallying behind him. Like, yeah, get it, let's do it. Like, what do you need?
But TDE signed to Aftermath.
Yeah,
signed to
it was like a
Universal.
subsidiary.
Signed to
Yeah.
Interscope, signed to Universal.
Yeah, but he's just
You signed to a...
Yeah,
that's
signed to a- yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Kendrick is just on Interscope directly now, I believe.
Oh, really? So he's
Yeah.
not on Aftermath anymore?
I don't believe so. Let me see. I'll see. I'll just check real quick because we
Check
got.
the Universal Music. Who do they have in their
At the end of the-
clutches?
At the end of the day, you know what both of them are doing? They're calling each other and saying, "Hey, look, I'm about to write a diss track."
I've been saying that this whole time.
So that's
So
definitely
just-
not. That's definitely not what's happening.
I think it may have started that
But-
way. I always said that about Nas and
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, definitely not with them either. Because like, and I think that stuff happens, but you can always tell. Like, let's say that you and I were going to do it with podcasts or something, right? Like, hey, Leon, let's start a fake beef, bring a little attention to it. If that's all right, but okay, cool. I would be like, all right, but look, sort of like my grandmother was important to me. Let's try to leave her out of it or whatever.
Yeah, don't talk about my kids.
Yeah, when Nas said when Jay said I left condoms on your baby seat, I'm like, oh no, this is. And these guys are unfond of one another right now. But yeah, he's completely independent.
Okay.
The last record, Not Like Us, is under just 2024 copyright Kendrick Lamar.
Good for him.
Yeah, because it was a big deal. I think it was Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. That was his last project on TDE. Yeah, Mr. Morale and the Last Steppers, PG, Top Dog Entertainment, Aftermath, Interscope, blah blah blah. And now I think he's a free agent. But I think
It's interesting.
Drake has finagled some stuff too. Let me just look at his last.
Well, Baby said in an interview recently that he owns everything that's ever come out through any of his channels, which was including Drake at that point. I don't know how it is now.
So Drake's Family Matters released on May 3rd at 2024 OVO under exclusive license to Republic Records, a division of UMG Recordings.
Yeah.
So he's still definitely part of the system.
Too many connections.
Yep. And then we have no questions, but if you want to send a question in,
You can email us at nerdrageradiomail@gmail.com.
Greg, thanks for coming out. Good to see you.
Hey, man, thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Hope to see you more regularly now, despite the bad news, but I'm sure you'll land on your feet just fine.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joey, couldn't be here, of course, on assignment, going to be on assignment for a while. And shout out to Phil on Twitter and our notes. Shout out to Dante on Facebook, and shout out to Ricky Tiki Timber on the videos. And with that,
Man boob.
Tasty tank.
tight dick player. That was good.